So this is a bit of a off the cuff type video, like it's not scripted, but I just want to talk a little bit about the Silent Hill 2 remake footage that we got. I felt the game looked good. I think it looks pretty good. Um, some people were saying they don't like the way the animation looks and doesn't think it looks as fluid, and I don't know, man. I don't have that big of a problem with it. I think it looks like a pretty cool game. Um, Do I think it looks triple A? I don't know. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it looks double A to me. And I think it's fine for it to look double A. It's fine for it to look triple A. I really, I do think there's some nitpicking going on, and I understand people being really, really leery of Konami because they have, messed up tremendously in the past. And Bloober, they have a mixed reception. I haven't played any of their games, but I've watched some playthroughs, and their games don't look that amazing to me. So I understand the skepticism, but I do think that there are some people who are, just being negative just for negativity's sake. I see it a lot with Resident Evil as well, except those people are in the small minority because most people enjoy the Resident Evil remakes. I mean, they sell a heck of a lot. So, those people, but like Silent Hill isn't in the same position as Resident Evil. It's much less popular and the fan base is so insular. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes over with people when it actually releases because there are people who have drawn their line in the sand. Some people think it's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, and other people think it's going to be the worst thing. I think, like most things, it's going to be in the middle. Maybe it'll lean good, maybe it'll lean bad. I don't know. Um, a lot of the complaints, some of the complaints are okay if you think the animation looks bad. I think it looks fine for what it is. I think this I've seen some really beautiful looking screenshots and the footage. I think a lot of it, the environments and stuff, and they look great. I think the character designs look fine. I'm still not that sold on the James character design, but that's just how it is with me with regards to James. I don't know. I just have a particular image of that character, so I don't know. It's not the actor's fault. I mean, whoever they based him on, and he looks perfectly handsome. I mean, I think he's the actor. He looks perfectly handsome, so that's not really the problem. But I just so I do wish people would be more careful when discussing these games now because they do model the characters after the actors, even if it's not like 100%. And I think a lot of the conversation surrounding it is really mean spirited. You know, particularly the Angela conversation has been very weird because you have people wondering why, someone who was like abused by their father in that disturbing way that don't even want to say. Um, you have people saying she's not like sexy enough, and it's like, why do you want a victim of that crime to be sexy? That's just very weird to me. That's such a creepy and bizarre complaint, and I've seen it multiple times. And there'll be people who say that I'm using this as a straw man, but I'm not. I've seen this creepiness from people, and it's like, why should she have to look hot? And also, I don't think the original character looked hot either, but I guess some people, thought the character did look hot. I think that's pretty freaking weird. Um, I understand being leery of Bloober's handling of that character because they, haven't handled it, they haven't been good at the mental health thing before, so they've not been great at it. So I understand, but I don't understand wanting that character to be sexy. What does that have to do with that particular character? I can understand people who think Maria doesn't look sexy enough because that is what her character is. But um, Angela was never sexy. I mean, that's just freaking creepy, and it's just these weird people who are obsessed with pretending that it's censorship to make a female character not look like a freaking Barbie doll for once. No, that's not censorship. And I'm totally cool with sexy women. I didn't have a problem I don't have a problem with women characters being really sexy in games. I do not care. But I don't think that every female character should have to be sexy, and some people do, and they think that if you don't do that in censorship, and I call BS on that, man. It's gross. Um, okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get on my high horse about that. It's freaking disgusting. And so, what else do I want to say? I, I, I'm really disappointed with, as usual. I'm really disappointed because the people who have like these gross, stupid complaints are making people who have real complaints about it look like creepos. Um, And I do think we should listen to people who don't like the trailer and don't think it looked good. I think they have every right. But some people are just stuck in the past and they really think that we're going to have games with 1990s mechanics or early 2000s mechanics in 2024. And that's just not going to happen, guys. It's not going to freaking happen. That doesn't sell. And it's weird that you really think that that's going to happen. Like, no. Oh, they're not going to stick with mechanics from the freaking early 2000s. It's not happening. You can't tell them they have to compete on the grand stage of Resident Evil and, okay, nobody's competing with Resident Evil, but like, Alan Wake and that Alone in the Dirt game and tell them, oh yeah, it should just look the same as a game from the early 2000s. That's ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous ask. They're trying to actually, make money. I know people hate this, but yes, they're a corporation. They're trying to make money. They cannot just make anything they want. It has to be something that people actually want to play. And I think the game looks like something that I would want to play. And it looks entertaining and creepy and interesting to me. Is it going to be the same as the original? Hell no, it's not going to be the same as the original. We all know that it isn't, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, it's like with the Resident Evil remakes, which look better than that game. I'm sure that this game is not going to be at the same level as the remakes, but it's like people will complain about that, and it's like, oh, why isn't it playing like a game from 1996? Why would it play like a game from 1996? It's just dumb. It's just dumb that people actually believe that these companies should be throwing $100 million after a very niche group. These people who complain about this, they don't bring in enough money for these corporations to give a dang about what they think. They just don't care. And they shouldn't care. I'm going to be honest. At some point, you have to move on and make your game viable towards the people who are actually going to pay money and who are actually going to make it a success, because they're not giving it away for free. So, I'm going to post a video on that, and I don't know if it's going to be up by the time I post this one, but it's going to be about Resident Evil. Um so I don't know, man. I understand the skepticism, but there's a lot of viciousness towards this that just feels unearned. Like, okay, you think it looks like crap, but still, like, give it a chance. At least review wise. Let's see what reviews say. That's how I feel. I think it looks cool. I love the design of Laura. I think she looks great. And I like the designs overall. I do think that Maria, I don't know. I don't know about that design. The actress to me they had and everything, she looks too cute. I mean, I don't know. The character model looks too cute to me. It doesn't look seductive and sexy enough. I don't really care that she's not wearing Christina Aguilera's, like, Teen Choice Awards clothes. But I don't know. Just the whole vibe she's giving off is cute and not sultry, which is a little weird. I'm a little leery of that. I'm a little leery of how the cast is gonna, come off. They sounded all right. I'm a little leery of some of them, but I'm not gonna get started on that. But I hope it works out. It's not like the original's voice acting was perfect, because it darn sure isn't. Even though I do defend it, I will defend it as being Twin Peaksy and weird on purpose. Um, so yeah, I'm personally a little bit excited for it. Not as excited as I am for Astrobot. I mean, oh my god, that game looks amazing, and I love the the free downloadable game for the PS5. And so to get like a full game like that is amazing. I'm more excited about that than anything, but I thought the Silent Hill 2 looked, remake looked good, and I know there are a lot of people who are going to disagree with me on that and they don't think it looks good, and I totally understand that, and I respect it when the person's really talking about real issues they have, if they think their frame rate looks bad and other stuff like that. But people who are like, "Oh my god, the abuse victim isn't sexy enough," those people can burn in hell. I don't care about what their opinion is. They're sick, you know. And I mean, I'm tired of this Stellar Blade nonsense. Every character must look like a sexy Barbie doll nonsense. Like, that's fine in Stellar Blade. That's great in Stellar Blade. The characters look cool, but that's not for everything. Well, I'll just kind of end this ramble by saying that I think the game looks really solid, and I think that if you don't, then you definitely, shouldn't buy it. But I'm gonna contemplate buying it if the review scores are decent enough. It costs $70, so I can't just buy it outright like I'm going to do with like Astrobot. I know that's going to be awesome. Um, so we'll see what happens. If you don't like it, I think that's if you don't like the way it looks, like I said, that's fine as long as you're not, you know, screeching about censorship like the idiots who don't know what censorship actually is. Those idiots screech about it all the time. Censorship is not "I didn't get my booba." That's not censorship. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, they wanted to censor a trans character that was in the original Japanese like version of a Paper Mario, and they were okay with that, but don't you censor their booba. Anyway, they're hypocritical weirdos, and I don't care about them. But people who have actual problems and they don't like the way it looks and they don't think the story looks like it's being told well, I totally respect their opinion. Even though I'm not looking at this as a one-to-one, you know, remake anyway. I never thought it was going to be that, and I think it looks good for what it is, which is a, adaptation of the original game, not a one-to-one remake. We were never getting that, and I'm fine with that. And even if they did that, it wouldn't have done well. It would have been dumb to even try it. So, the Bloober is, iffy, but I mean, I'm going to give him a shot. And you do you, man. If you don't. So, anyway, that's all I have to say. Peace out, have fun. That's just my opinion, and you can have yours, and, whatever. Bye. Love ya. Kazaloo out.